Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel if you are brand new. My name is Danielle and I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. Today I actually wanted to go over how I choose flip lots to apply for. I've gotten quite a few requests to do this video, and I will say I don't actually apply for flip lots myself anymore just because I have so many regular consistent clients that I don't actually have to go apply for like random lots anymore. But I did want to do this video still just to help you guys out, because when I was first starting out on Flyp and going through lots every night and applying for them, there were key things that I started to look for, and I actually got really good at picking certain lots. So I wanted to share with you guys kind of what I look for and kind of go through the app together and pick lots together and show you guys exactly what I was looking for. If you guys don't know what the Flyp app is, it is just an app where you can actually consign people's stuff. So basically you get inventory shipped to your door for free, and then once that stuff sells, you will pay out your client. It's super easy to sign up. I will have a link down below where you can actually sign up. This is not sponsored by Flyp. None of the videos I've done on my channel have been sponsored by Flyp, but I really enjoy using this app, and it has added so much to my business that I love sharing it with you guys. If you need to actually know how the Flyp app works or you want to know more about it, I will have 2 other videos linked down below. One of them is all about Flyp, and the other one is actually my Flyp review after 1 year of using the app. So I would go watch those first, and then if you actually apply for lots and you really like Flyp, you can watch this one where I actually show you guys what I look for and how I apply for lots. So before we jump over to the app and kind of scroll through the lots together, I kind of want to go over a couple things that I strictly look at when I'm looking at Flyp lots. So the first thing I look at is obviously brand. Now, I know brand is not everything when reselling, but on Flyp, that's really what you kind of have to go off of, because you only get one photo of something and the brand and the size and the condition, and that is it. So the first thing I look at is the brand. Now, I used to scroll through every single lot, and now that there are like 200 lots dropping, like yesterday I think there was like 191 lots that dropped, I wouldn't be scrolling through every single lot. I would just pick some that look appealing and click on it, and if the first couple things I see I'm not interested in, I immediately click out, because there's no point in looking at the rest of the lot if there's 3 or 4 items at the top that you don't even want. And that hurt me in the beginning, because I'd say, oh, there's like 3 items here I don't want, but what does the rest look like? I really would advise you to only apply for flip lots where everything in it you can sell. It is okay to exclude like 1 or 2 items, but I would stay away from excluding a ton of items from your lots, just because people don't love when a bunch of stuff is excluded, and you'll have a better chance at winning the lot if you don't exclude a bunch of stuff. Now, the next thing I look at besides brand is actually the condition of the item. I strictly sell new with tag and gently used items. I do not sell stuff that has extensive wear. Obviously, there can be stuff once you actually receive it that does have extensive wear. In that case, you can just return the items and they were not properly described to you. But I strictly focus on branded with tag items and gently used items. It is very hard to see in just the one picture the condition of items, so I try my best to trust the clients that are posting their stuff and that they're honest with it, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. But the main 2 things I look at are going to be brand and the condition. And another thing you can look at besides the picture and the brand and the condition is actually the size of the item, which I don't really look at the size of the item just because it's not really important. It doesn't make or break a flip lot for me. So I don't typically look at the size, but it is there if you only like to sell certain sizes. Something I would strongly recommend is not looking up every single item until you've actually won the flip lot. If you're just going through that night after the lots have dropped and scrolling through and applying with your percentage and moving on, I would not be looking up every single individual item. Once you actually win the flip lot and you go through the next steps, then I would look up every single item and get accurate estimates. But before that, it's kind of a waste of time, because the chances of you winning the flip lot are not 100%, because there's so many pro sellers on the app, and you don't want to waste your time, because if you don't end up getting that lot, then you really wasted time because you don't even have a chance to sell it at all. So strictly look up each individual item after you've won the lot and you're actually inputting your exact estimates. So next, what I want to do is I'm actually going to wait until the lots drop in the Flyp app tonight. Obviously, it is in the afternoon right now, so the lots will not be dropping till tonight. So I want to come back at 5 p.m. when they're in there, and I want to go through it together and not only show you guys how to apply for lots, even though it's very straightforward, I still want to show you. I also want to go through kind of my thought process when I'm scrolling through lots and looking at them, and talk you through what I'm thinking and what I'm doing as I do it, because I think that could be very helpful. So I will be back later to scroll you through lots in real time and kind of talk you through my thought process. All right, guys, as you can see, it is 5:06 p.m. So all the lots just dropped 6 minutes ago. So I am here to go through all the lots with you and kind of talk through my thought process when I'm choosing the ones that I apply for. So upon opening up the Flyp app, you can see these are all of my current lots that I have. I have a lot of them, and then you go over here to the sourcing tab, and this is where you're gonna find all of the lots that have dropped for the day. So nowadays, really a lot of lots drop into Flyp. When I first started using Flyp, there was not actually that many lots that would drop, but as you can see, there is a ton of lots. For these purposes, we will start scrolling through every single lot. But if you do not want to scroll through all the lots and you don't want to waste your time doing all that, what I would do is kind of just scroll through. And then if you were to see something interesting, like say this, like those look like athletic tags. They almost look like Lululemon tags. So what I would do is click on this and it looks like they're Athleta. If you love selling Athleta, you would click on that. You'd know it's Athleta and you would want to apply for it. So I'm scrolling through here. I don't think Athleta sells as well as it used to. So personally, I would not be applying to this lot just because Athleta does not sell as well as it used to for me. Exiting that and scrolling it back to the top, you can come up here and search. Now, you can search specific brands if you are wanting super specific brands. Personally, I find actually a ton of new to me brands on Flyp, so I don't love to sort by brand just because you're missing out on these random brands that you had no idea were even a thing because you're searching based off specific brands. So starting with this first lot at the top, I'm looking, and right off the bat, there is Saks Fifth Avenue, Not Your Daughter's Jeans, Zara, Cynthia Rowley, none of brands I like. So we're backing out. We're not even going to look at it anymore. Scrolling to the next, Nike, Victoria's Secret, no, we're out. Next one, Joa Brown, I don't know what that is, Vince Camuto, Steve Madden, Lulu's. See, now this lot is not terrible, but there's not enough stuff in here for me to want to apply for it, so I will be passing on this lot as well. So honestly, what I do is I keep scrolling through all of these until I find one that I want to apply for or that's worth it to me. So far, there hasn't been any lots that I would be wanting to apply for, and like right off the bat, if I see these brands at the top, I'm automatically going. Zara, Nike, Massimo Dutti, those are not brands that are worth it to sell on consignment for me. If you like to sell those brands on consignment, that's great. But for me personally, I would not be selling those brands on consignment. This one's actually a great example for me to have because if you click on these Everlane items, they are basic t-shirts, which if you sell Everlane, you know that if you find it at the thrift store for like $2-3, you can make a good profit on it. But if you're trying to sell it through consignment, it's just not going to make enough. And even looking at this third Everlane piece, that would be the only one that I would even remotely be interested in having. And then if you keep scrolling, there's just Halogen, Lucky Brand, Talbots. Like, those are not brands I want to sell. So immediately I would back out and not want to sell that. So as you can see, even though there was brands that I like to sell, the items just weren't there for me and they wouldn't make enough for me. So I decided to pass on that lot as well. So with this 26 item lot, I personally don't enjoy selling gigantic lots like this if they're not for my regular client, just because I'm so trusting with her and I've been working with her for so long that I love getting giant lots from her, but from random people, I prefer smaller lots 100%. They're easier to store, they're easier to manage, they're easier to process, photograph, and list, and that's my goal. I know some people have a very opposite goal than that. Like, a lot of people want to get the biggest lot they can and make the most profit they can, but personally, I look for smaller lots with better items so that I don't have so much inventory coming in, because I already have so much inventory coming in from my regular client. And when I do come on here and scroll, when I am running low on inventory, I most likely will veer towards the smaller lots. So clicking on this next one, it's a little bit of a smaller one, and right off the bat we see Derek Lam, Spanx, Gymshark, Pendleton, Lululemon, Cabby, Free People. So this is actually a decent lot, but let me tell you why I would not apply for it. So right off the bat, these Derek Lam pants are dress pants, which I just don't love selling. Like, I would rather not sell dress pants, so I would not be getting that lot. And then if you keep on scrolling, we have Spanx, Gymshark, which are decent brands, but as you can see, this is a bodysuit, and it is also Assets by Spanx. So this is a big thing. Assets by Spanx is actually a sub-brand that does not sell or retail for as much as just their Spanx line, which is a big thing that it's not Spanx. It's Access by Spanx, so that wouldn't actually have as good of profit as just regular Spanx. Pendleton is not something I really sell. Lululemon is an amazing brand, but a tank top is probably the lowest tier you can ever sell Lululemon, and I actually don't really prefer to sell tank tops anymore, so those are just a few reasons why I wouldn't get this. Like Eileen Fisher, I love. Torrid, I love. And this is actually a coat, so that would be a really great item to sell from Torrid. But Torrid and Free People and BDG and J Brand, not brands I love to sell on consignment. So I would not be applying for this lot. I know a lot of people would be very intrigued by this lot, but personally, I would be leaving it behind because of those reasons. So as you can see, we're this far down the list, and we've not applied for one lot at all. And I know there's like a million more to go, but there's just, you got to be picky with consignment because you can really get into trouble and not actually make a good amount of money, and that sucks, but that's just how it is. Keeping on scrolling, this is another lot that's the same as these two up here, so we're not even going to click on it. The next one, we have Free People, Level 99, Victoria's Secret. I'm immediately out because I hate those brands. The next one, we have accessories, bags. I hate selling that, so honestly, I wouldn't have even clicked on that if I wasn't filming this video, but just to show you guys what's in it, I would not click that brand at all. So now that I've kind of scrolled through all of the lots at the top, I'm only going to start to click on the ones that have fewer items, just because, like I explained earlier, I like to do the lots that have fewer items just because I have so much inventory coming in from my regular clients. And what I would do is I would skip these two with 26, but I'd click on this one. And what's in this one is Naturalizer, UGG, Abercrombie, Jessica Simpson, and I'm immediately out because none of those brands are worth it to me. So we'd keep on scrolling. I wouldn't click on any of these big ones. This one looks like all Free People, but we'll click on it because it's smaller. If Free People was selling as well as it used to, I'd totally be down with getting this lot, but it just doesn't, so we're not going to get that one either. This is a smaller lot, and it looks like it is all men's stuff, which I'm not 100% against, but I don't really know a lot of these brands except for Nike in theory, so we're not going to get that one either. And then we'll keep on scrolling. We have another pretty small one here. We have UGG, Ariat, Dimbonia, Superga, Dansko, Clarks, Guess. So here's another great example. There are a few brands in here that I love to sell. UGG boots, love selling them. Ariat, love selling it. Superga, I kind of like it. Dansko, love selling it. But there's Clarks down here and Guess, which I hate selling. So in order for me to actually be excited about this lot, I will not be applying for it because one thing with consignment is if I'm not excited about it, I will dread selling it the entire time. So personally, it's best for me if I didn't apply for this lot just because there's a few brands at the top that I would want to sell just because I'm not going to be as motivated to sell it all because I'm just not excited about it. And I know a lot of you probably feel that as well about selling stuff that you're not excited about. It just happens where you get so excited over brands and everything that you just get everything you want. And in the end, you're not actually excited to sell it. And it really does affect the way you sell things. But scrolling past all of these random shoe lots, they just have too many. And that's just, I don't have storage for all those shoe boxes right now. Clicking on this smaller lot, we have Outdoor Voices, Patagonia, Lululemon, Athleta, Under Armour, and Fabletics. So this is another great example of another lot that I would not get because of some of the styles in here. So this is Patagonia, but it's a very plain, not trendy skirt. And up here we have Outdoor Voices, which I don't have the best luck selling that brand, so that honestly would be a red flag there. And then scrolling again, this is the Lululemon tank top. It's just a tank top, so again, not a ton of profit. And then skirts, and Fabletics, again, just not super profitable in consignment. So we'll pass on that as well. I want to find one that I would apply for, but there may just not be any, and that happens. So this is all Calvin Klein. I hate selling Calvin Klein, so immediately we're going to exit out. This is another one, Cupcakes and Cashmere, BB Dakota, Levi's, Halogen, like that's another terrible one. Or not, I wouldn't say, let me not use the word terrible, just ones that I would not personally apply for. And I honestly wouldn't recommend that you would apply for either unless you are a brand new flip seller. If you are a brand new flip seller, you're going to have to take these not so great lots at the beginning to become acclaimed on the app. For someone like me who has been using this app for over a year, I can win lots over someone who just started, and that is just how it goes. So when you're first starting out, you are going to have to take some of the lots that are just kind of iffy to get it claimed, and then once you actually have been making sales and selling most of the lots you get, then you can get some better lots. But I would not recommend applying for these really bad lots if you have been using Flyp for a while and you make really good sales. But keeping on going, this is Theory, COS, Club Monaco, Ellie Tahari. So again, this is just not brands I love to sell in consignment or love to sell in general, to be honest. This one is pretty small as well. We have Bowden, Not Your Daughter's Jeans, Reese, Hot Hippie, Aritzia, Bowden, Kenneth Cole, Madewell, Maeve. So this one is not terrible. I love selling this brand, Imogen and Willie. We're going to just assume that's how it's said. Love selling this brand. I don't know what this brand is, but it looks fancy. I don't know what this one is either. And then we have another brand that I'm not sure of. And we have Ralph Lauren, which I don't like. We have a Goldie, which I do like. And then we have just a Joie tank top, which is Joie is very hit and miss for me. And scrolling through this, I would have to vote no for myself because even though they have Imogen and Willie in here and they have the Goldie jeans and they have a Bowden and Aritzia, if you look at this Aritzia thing, it is just not a great style. And that is when I said it's like brand is everything, but it's not everything. Like you have to look at brands strictly first. And then when you see a bunch of brands that you like in one lot, you have to then look a little farther into the items because you can get yourself in trouble and only look at brand and not actually look at the item. And then you put yourself in a bad position when you get the items that are not really on trend and they're just not really great items. Next, we have Lane Bryant, Armani, Franco Sarto, Calvin Klein. Again, just not a ton of stuff I enjoy selling. We have another one, Donald J. Pliner, Nanette Leopold, Athleta. Again, just not a bunch of great stuff in there. We'll click on this one, which has a little more in it, but right off the bat, without even scrolling, I see Michael Kors, Title IX, Nike, and I'm immediately out. So once you get good at just clicking on lots, seeing the first 5 things, and going back if it's not what you want, it'll go really fast. When I first was starting on Flyp, I would scroll through every single item and every single lot every night, and it would take up so much time. But when you learn to know what you like in Flyp lots, it goes a lot faster. Here is another small one. We have Lulu's, Columbia, J. Crew. I mean, there's a few brands in here that I like. I like selling Show Me Your Muumuu. I like selling Lulu's, but it's just not super profitable through consignment. You have to keep that in mind the whole time you're doing this because you are selling this on consignment to split it with someone else. If you are only going to make $15 or less, I honestly wouldn't get it. I really try my best to make sure I'm going to be making $15 or more, but you also do have to keep in mind that you're not sourcing for this, you're not spending the time sourcing for this. You're literally filling out these applications, sending estimates, and it's getting shipped straight to your door. So it is okay to make a little less than what you'd be making if you were getting at the thrift store, but don't sell yourself so short that you're barely making anything, if that makes sense. So I scrolled through a little bit off camera, and I clicked on this one here. As you can see, it's all Zara pieces, but as you can see, they're all marked as fair. This is a red flag. I would definitely stay away from this lot entirely. One, because it's all Zara. You're not going to make that much on this lot because there's only 5 items in it. 2, because everything is in fair condition, and that is the last condition you want to be selling. So I scrolled through a ton more lots off camera again, and I found one that would be one that I would be interested in applying for, but I don't know if I will yet. I will favorite this one, and I'll come back to it, but it's a bunch of Steve Madden shoes, and there is a Steve Madden, clutch, which I would definitely exclude, because I hate selling bags and accessories and all that, but this would be something I'd be interested in, so I'm going to favorite it, and then I'm going to come back to it. Okay, so I went back and scrolled through every single lot now, off camera, the rest of them at least, and I scrolled through all of the bigger ones as well because I just didn't find any that I wanted to apply for. And so now I'm going to go over to my saved lots, and this one I'm going to apply for just to show you guys the process because it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'd still like to walk you through it just because I know that's very helpful for some people. So what you do when you decide that you want to apply for something is you're going to click apply to sell, and you're going to set your commission rate. Now, you need to be very careful setting your commission rate because the pro seller, which is you applying for lots, pays all of the site fees. So the Poshmark fees you pay, the eBay fees you pay, the Mercari fees you pay, you pay all of them, and then you split that. Well, you split the entire thing with your client, and then you pay the fees afterwards from your cut. So what I would recommend is you're doing no lower than 55% unless you're brand new. If you're brand new, I would recommend going lowest 50. I honestly wouldn't go lower than 50 because it's just not worth it. And if no one wants to take your application at 50%, then that's their problem. Don't get discouraged or upset when people decline your offer, and don't think it's because of you. You are setting your rates at what you need them to be at to do the work. So that's what you need to do. Most of my commission rate is 60%. Most of my commission rates with my regular client is 55%, just because we have just a long standing agreement that we've had. We've worked together for a very long time. But most of my other clients are 60%, if not all of them. I want to say everyone else is 50% or 60%, except for her. We do 55%, occasionally 50% if there are really, really good items in the lot, but 55% is kind of our value that we put on it. But I will be applying for this lot with 60% commission, and then down here it's going to break down the entire transaction and how the percentages work. So there's a flip service fee of 5%, and that is paid by your client. There's shipping paid by your client. It is only $9. And then it shows down here that the client in the end is going to make 35%. But don't look at this as you're making 60% and your client is making 35%. Look at this as you are going to be making like 40% if you make a Poshmark sale, because you're going to make 20% less. So don't look at it as you're making 60%, they're making 35%. That's not fair. It is fair because, one, you're doing all of the work, listing and everything, and you have to pay the site fees. So it evens out in the end if you do a 60 or 55% commission rate. If I were to enter in here a 55% commission rate, making 40%, but then if you take 20% off of here, you're making less. So I stick at 60%, and that's what I would recommend everyone else do, but there are some lots that you'll need to come in lower for just to win. And then down here, it'll say time to sell under 90 days, and you'll be asked to provide price estimates if you're matched with the lot. So then you can confirm your commission, and your application is sent, and it is all done, and it will be over here in the applied lots section, and this is kind of how you see what you have applied for. I would strongly recommend that you definitely use the saved lots section. It will be extremely helpful when you have found a lot that you're not sure if you want to apply for, but you like it for the most part. You like it and you come back to it. That has been extremely helpful for me in the past, because some lots I was just like, I want to see what else I find for today. And then I was like, okay, I found a few better ones, so I'm not going to apply for this one anymore. So I would definitely utilize that heart button, because that will help you kind of narrow down the ones you really like. But this is kind of how I go through and pick my flip lots. I know a ton of you asked me to do this video, so here it is. I know it can be really overwhelming in the beginning when you're scrolling through all these lots and looking at all these brands, and you're just like, what am I supposed to be applying for here? Because I'm confused. And this is just a way for me to show you guys kind of my thought process. And if it helps some of you guys, I love that. If some of you guys don't agree with my thought process, that is okay too. Let me know if there's any lots I scrolled through today that you would 100% apply for that I just prefer not to apply for. As you guys know, I'm very, very, very picky with my flip lots. I've been doing this for a really long time, so I've learned so much in doing consignment. So I'm just really picky with what I get, and you guys just saw that when I literally found one lot that I'm not like super excited about. We'll see if I win it. If I do, I'll send price estimates, but it's just like an lot. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it lot, which is usually what I try to do, but I needed to have one to just apply for you guys so you guys could see it. But yeah, that's how I scroll through the flip lots, and that is kind of my thought process. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope it was a little easier to pick your flip lots now. Obviously, everyone's business is different, so the lots that I would apply for could not be the lots that you would apply for, but I'm just sharing what I would be applying for because people have asked me to do this video. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching and learned a little something along the way. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit that bell notification to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next week.